What is going on, everybody? Josh's Tech here, and before y'all get on to me for not doing a video in a long time, I'm aware I haven't done a video in a long time. I've been busy, but today I finally just discovered something that I think could be useful to y'all, and I want to pass that knowledge on to y'all. Now real quick, I want to apologize for the fan noise over here. It's hot as balls over here, and I don't want to be sweating while I'm doing this video. Now, about today's video, I'm going to show y'all how to share your DJ audio from a MacBook to a Windows PC or vice versa. It works on both Windows and Mac. I will tell you this though, it's easier on PC, but you can make it happen on a Mac, and it's all completely free. Let me show y'all how to do this. So once again, the goal for this video is to DJ from our MacBook and be able to send the audio to another PC if we have like split rooms or we don't want to network our sound together. We can just send it to another PC and we can have it done that way. This is how I have it done at the bar that I work at right now, or I'm actually going to set this up later. I haven't set it up yet because obviously we don't know. What I'm gonna do is, first of all, on my MacBook, you want to install a software called, here, let me put this back on the tripod, that might help me out a little bit. So, on the MacBook, you're going to install a software called Soundflower. Now, Soundflower is a deprecated piece of computer software that does not exist anymore. But, if you search for Soundflower releases, there you go. It'll take you to the GitHub page where you can still find it on the internet. And it is signed, so you don't have to worry about that. You're just going to want to download this DMG right here, follow the setup process, and then by the time you're done, if you hop up into your sound, you'll have a Soundflower 2 channel and a Soundflower 64 channel. Now, that's the easiest way to do it, and it's the free way to do it. If you want to get more technical with it, there's technically an application called Loopback that will allow you to do basically the same thing that Voicemeeter does, and but it costs money, whereas this method right here doesn't cost anything. So once you have your Soundflower all configured, we're going to want to go ahead and move over to the PC. Now on the PC, we're going to use an application called Voicemeeter. Now what Voicemeeter is basically like a virtual audio mixer. So I don't know if you've ever been in a live sound environment like a concert or church or whatever, and you've seen those big, large sound consoles. Well, this is basically a virtual version of that, so we're going to go ahead and download it right now. They have several different versions of Voicemeeter, and you can do this with even the most basic version of Voicemeeter. And, lucky for us, the basic version does not cost us anything. So, we are going to go ahead and download this. Now, me personally, and I'll show you all this in a minute, I use Voicemeeter Potato on my big computer that is off to the side that y'all can't see. And this is the software I use. It costs money, technically. It technically doesn't cost money, but every time you start up the PC, it gives you a countdown timer. We're not really going to do all that. To keep it simple, I'm going to show you what the basic Voicemeter. It just has 2 inputs, 1 virtual input, and 1 hardware output. So we're going to go and download this. We're going to wait for it to finish installing. And we're going to go ahead and open it up. And we're going to extract the zip file. So we're going to go and run the setup on that. Install. Now you are going to have to restart your computer after it installs, so I will walk y'all through that. While this is installing, go ahead and open up settings on both your source computer and your destination computer. Your source computer is where you're going to be DJing from, where you're actually DJing off of. And then your destination computer is going to be the computer that's connected to the sound system to the room that you're trying to send your audio to. So, this is our destination computer. So we're going to go ahead and head into network and internet. It may be called something different depending on what version of Windows you have. Yeah, IP assignment. So, down here, over there in the corner, it says IP assignment. You're going to want to go ahead and write that in your notes. So, destination. So you're going to put destination or whatever works for you, and then you're going to put the IP address 192.168.137.174. And that's the IP address of this computer, which is the destination computer, aka where we're going to be sending our sound to. So, once you have that, sorry guys, my camera's backwards. Once you have that, you can close out of this. It says you must restart your computer. So it's not going to do it for you, it's just going to tell you, hey, you have to restart your computer. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. Alright, once the computer's back, you can go and log into it. And then we're done with this computer for right now. So we're going to go ahead and set it off to the side. So now that you've restarted both computers, you're going to want to go ahead, before you do anything, find the IP address of your source computer and get that written down. Now I'm on the second to latest version of Mac OS on here, just because I have an older MacBook and it doesn't support whatever the hell the new one's called. Now this one, we're going to type in source colon and then our IP address, which is 192.168.137.248. Once you have both IP addresses written down, you can set your phone off to the side because you're not going to need it other than to remember the IP addresses. Now that you have the IP address for your MacBook, we're going to go ahead and install one more piece of software and then we'll be ready to get going. So basically the way we're going to do this is we're going to be sending our DJ software's audio over the network to another computer, acting as if we had the same computer playing off of both sound systems. We're going to install another piece of software on our MacBook first. Thankfully this is free and on the App Store, so you can just open the App Store. It's called V-Band Talkie. It's called V-Band Talkie Cherry, as you can see right there. That's the application we're going to download. So go and click the download button on there. I have it obviously downloaded already because I've been testing with this. Okay, now that you have this installed, you can go and close out of this. Now here's the fun part. Now I need to somehow fit both computers in the same frame. Okay, let's back it up a little bit. We're going to focus on our Windows PC first. You probably can't see that. Now you can. What you're going to want to do is open voice meter. Alright, so once the audio engine opens, you're pretty much good to go. So, in order to get it configured, basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to set your A1 to be your speakers, and then your A2 to be remove selection. So basically you only have one audio output on here. For your input 1 and your input 2, you're just going to leave them as is, right? You don't need them for anything. Under your virtual input, you can also pretty much leave this as it is. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to make sure you can see the whole window there, guys. You're going to want to click up into this V-Band window. Under Stream 1, you're going to want to type in from Mac, or whatever. You can call it DJ, you can call it source, you can call it whatever the hell you want to call it. I have it called from Mac. So this is going to be an incoming stream coming from your MacBook to this computer. And then what you're going to want to do is go back to your phone and type in the source IP address. So in our case, it is 192.168.137.248. You're going to hit enter. You're going to want to turn this on, and then you're going to turn V-Band on. On Windows PCs, you're going to get this prompt. Go ahead and just allow everything on that. And then as you can see, it'll start communicating from it. Now, as you can see, our destination is already set to the virtual input, but if it's not, then go ahead and change it to the virtual input. And if latency is not a huge deal, which in our case it isn't because the two rooms are basically separated, you're going to want to change this to medium or slow. I'm working with a spotty network, so I'm going to change it to slow. And then you can pretty much close out of this. You can leave it like it is. And make sure your volume is set where you want it to be. So, once your virtual input, your hardware out, and your V-Band is set up, you can pretty much close out of this. And as long as you leave voice meter open in the background, then you'll be fine. If you check on the box called system tray, you can actually close this window and just leave your computer like it is. The only thing that you'll see that tells you voice meter's running is the little icon down here. Now let's head over to the MacBook and we're gonna set the MacBook up. Okay, so now that the Windows PC is set up, now I gotta do some prep work on the MacBook before we can actually start DJing and sending our DJ audio over to that computer. So we're gonna zoom in over here. Perfect. Okay. You're gonna wanna open that VB Talkie app I told y'all to download. Alright. When you open it, it's gonna look a little something like this. You're probably gonna have meters if your MacBook has a microphone that works, which mine does. As you can see, we have our meters right there. But that's obviously not what we want. We don't want to send our microphone over to the network. We want to send our DJ audio over to the network. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go to Menu, and we're going to change our devices in here. So for the physical input device, you're going to change it to the Soundflower 2-channel version. And for the physical output, that actually doesn't matter, considering we're not going to be receiving anything from the Windows PC. We're only sending to the Windows PC. So, what you're going to want to do is, again, change the network to either medium or slow if the latency doesn't matter, which, like I said, it doesn't. Now that everything is set right here, you can go ahead and close out of this, and we're going to move back to our Talkie window. Now, this is where we need both computers in the frame. So, as you remember from VBAN, we changed the stream name to From Mac. I put our IP address in there. Now, the important thing with VBAN is that the stream names have to be the exact same. So under here, you're going to change it from Talkie to From Mac. Alright? Now, this is why we wrote the destination address down. We're going to go back to our phone. We have our destination address. That's what's going to go in the IP address 2 spot. So we're going to type it in 192.168.137.174. When I hit enter, as you can see, when I press PTT, we immediately get the green. Now, as you can see, there's nothing sending, and because there's nothing sending, VBAN actually has a feature where it won't send if there is no sound playing. So the two computers are synced, and technically we're done, but not really, because now we have to actually tell Virtual DJ to output to this in addition to our controller. So we can go ahead and minimize this.
Alright, what's going on, everybody? It's Editor Josh here, and I just wanted to make a quick note that Serato does do the exact same thing with a little bit more setup. If y'all want to see the video of how Serato can output over the network the same way Virtual DJ does, then please leave a comment in this video, because the process is a little bit different, because Serato does not actually allow you to specify output. So there is still a way to do it, but it is a little bit of a different process. So if that's something y'all want to see, please leave it in the comments below, and I will definitely be working on that.
And we're going to open up our DJ software. Now, by default, it should either just play from your controller or from your thing. Yeah. So, if I was to right now just play my computer, like play a song on my computer, it's gonna play through the computer speakers. I'm gonna kill the vocals on it so I don't get copyrighted. But anyway, alright, so I just set up a loop just so I can talk over it and we can still hear it. So for the time being, I'm gonna mute my MacBook speakers. Now, in Virtual DJ, I don't know if Serato does this, but I know Virtual DJ does this. You can actually create multiple outputs and set them to be whatever the hell you want. So we have one master going to my MacBook Pro speakers, which in this in the actual scenario you're going to be using this would be set to your controller's outputs, so you can output to the room you're in, kind of thing. We're going to do add. We're going to do another master, and we're going to change it to Soundflower 2 channel. when I hit apply, if we did this right, we will hear the music looping from this computer on this computer.
So we did the process right, and as you can see, we do technically have sound output on the other computer, but the issue with both sending and receiving over Wi-Fi is that that's a lot of bandwidth to both be captured and be received at the same time. So while this is technically not the end of my showing of both laptops, I'm going to cut it here, and I'm going to cut to when I showed it on my actual computer that's connected over Ethernet, just so you can actually hear how the quality and the audio sounds.
Alright guys, so the reason that we're having issues is actually because we're on a Wi-Fi network. Now, in a perfect world, both computers would be connected over Ethernet or something like that. Now, because obviously we don't have that working right now, the audio sounds terrible. But, as you can see, we were able to, if I unmute it, as you can see, we were able to successfully send audio from this computer to that computer. Now, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to change the destination computer from my from this computer to my actual computer, so I can show you how I have it set up over there. Alright, so now we're over here on my actual computer, and as you can see, I have the potato version of Voicemeeter, which has a special streamer view and all other kinds of different things. But we're gonna go over to this screen, and really quickly I'm gonna start screen recording on my MacBook, just so that way I can show you guys what's going on with both computers. So you should be screen recording. You should be seeing the screen recording of the Mac right now. So over here, like I said, we're on Windows 11, so each version of Windows is going to vary slightly. So we're going to go to Network and Internet. We're actually connected over Ethernet on this one, which is why I wanted to show you guys this in the first place. If we go to Ethernet, as you can see, we have our IP address right here, which is actually just the IP address it has assigned from the router it's connected to. The network that the other two laptops were connected to was this PC's mobile hotspot, which I can show you right here. If I click go to settings, as you can see, I have all of my devices connected to this hotspot, which is likely why it was lagging so bad. Sorry about that, guys. I had to cut the recording real fast. But anyway, all the other devices were connected to this computer's mobile hotspot, which is why I think the network was lagging so bad. Whereas this computer is a direct network from the university. What we're gonna do is we're gonna use some common network sense here, what our destination IP address is. So if we go to Network and Internet, and we go to Mobile Hotspot, the IP address is very closely. We can see that every IP address is 192.168.137.blank. Now, everything up until the last 4 digits will tell you what range of the network it's on. So everything is under the 137 range. So given that this is our host, that would make the destination IP address 192.137.1, because this is where it starts. Now, all IP addresses by default are assigned by random through a process called DHCP, which I'm not going to get into in this video, but if y'all are curious about it, there are plenty of well-versed videos online that would be happy to explain it. I'm not one of them. So, now that we know what IP address we're going to send to, we're going to open up Voicemeeter on here, and as you can see, the potato version of Voicemeeter is a lot bigger. We have 5 physical inputs and 3 physical outputs, as well as we have 5 physical outputs, as well as 3 virtual outputs. The way I have my Voicemeeter routed is a little different. So, I have my physical I have my physical microphone on channel 1. I have Google Chrome, basically any of my internet browsers, on channel 2. I have Spotify/music on channel 3. I have my voice chat, which is like Xbox Party Chat, Discord, things of that nature, on channel 4. And then I have my games and everything else that doesn't need a specific one of these channels on channel 5, which is also the channel that I have Windows set to output. So as you can see, it's cable C. So under my sound, I have it set to, where is it? Cable C. That doesn't really pertain to this video. I'm just showing you guys how I have it routed, just so you guys can see. Going on further, we have, these are our virtual inputs. We have our sound effects, which is a soundboard application that I have. We have Bluetooth, which is a little 3.5 millimeter dongle. It's a Bluetooth 5.0 receiver that I have plugged into the physical aux port on my computer that I have being sent to here. And then under the third one, I have inbound. So I use V-band pretty regularly, so I have inbound and outbound ports set up already. But inbound is what we're going to be focusing on when I'm sending it to this computer. So inbound is on voice meter VAIO 3, as you can see right there. And I have it set to go to A3. And under A3 is my wireless headphones. So I'm actually going to enable it to A1 just so we can hear it, and I'll bring it down just a tiny bit. So I have inbound set to A1, which is my computer's physical speakers, and then A3, which is my HyperX cloud wireless headset. So now that I have it routed correctly, we're going to go ahead and reroute it on the computer, which y'all should still be able to see. All we're going to do is take off these two numbers and hit enter, and then we should be good as far as that regard. Now we have to go in and set up V-band on this computer. So under V-band, I have my stream 1, which is set, and it's set to slow. All I have to do is turn it on because it's already configured, and we should start receiving the sound. As you can see, we're receiving the sound from the physical input 3, and it's being outputted to both my speakers and the wireless headset. So if I was to scratch over here on the computer, hit apply. As you can see, every little bit of our DJ sound is being replicated to this computer. As y'all can see, there's no audio loss on here because, like I said, it's going straight through the Ethernet. So my friends, that is how you can DJ on your MacBook and send it over to another computer like a Windows PC and have your DJ sound come into another room. If this video was useful to you in any possible way, please leave me a like on this video, leave a comment letting me know what I could do better, and any questions you have, let me know in the comments below. And that's gonna be it. I'll catch you on the next video.